Reality TV. It's a sort of oxymoron when you think about it. I mean, many people go to TV to escape reality, so the overwhelming popularity of this concept is kind of puzzling. For those of you who've been living under a rock, reality TV is a brand of television that crawled out of the slums of Hollywood, where seemingly ordinary people are put into unorthodox situations and the viewer is supposed to be entertained by the human reactions to these events, as opposed to scripted happenings. The first hint of reality television actually debuted in the late 1940s when a man named Alan Funt introduced the show Candid Camera, which is basically the great-grandfather of what we know as Just for Laughs gags. A few years and several lawsuits later, people back then couldn't take a joke, the idea of taking average Joes and broadcasting them to be watched by other average Joes took off, and shows like Beat the Clock and Truth or Consequences arose. Now, being a typical North American citizen, notice how I say North American as opposed to simply American, I have watched a TV before, and therefore I have more than likely watched a reality television show. My first reality TV experience came a couple years back when I was a young chap and I watched the second season of Survivor. You know, the one after the gay nudist named Dick somehow managed to win $1 million only to end up losing it all trying to keep it. Anyway, I found that season to be mildly entertaining, but by the third season it just became a chore to watch. During that time period, I also dragged myself through Big Brother and The Idols and an absolutely agonizing season of America's Next Top Model. The immense popularity of American Idol has always confused me, though. That may be because I don't even enjoy going to concerts, but what is so great about it? You're just watching someone sing. Why don't you just glue a picture of Clay Aiken to your radio or something? Now, I'm not totally biased against reality TV. One show that still has a little bit of my interest is The Apprentice. Obviously, it has its drawbacks, and Donald Trump isn't exactly an amazing host, but at least you actually have to be kind of smart to be on it. Some may think that Survivor requires a fleck of intellect to do well in, and well, perhaps that may be true. At least The Apprentice isn't as selective over who will appear on the show. Think about it. Every Survivor season always has to have a bunch of skinny girls who seem to pack nothing but bikinis, and then they toss in a couple of athletic males who conveniently forgot to pack shirts to chase after them. And sitting in the corner there'll be the old people, one of whom at least has to be fat. There has to be an authoritarian alpha male, old person, guy or girl, who no one has anything against but inevitably has to go because all the contestants are paranoid ever since Tina won Season 2 at the age of 355. And there has to be the asshole slash bitch and the freak. Sometimes they're the same person. Also, it seems no matter how much of a bitch or psycho these guys are, they always stick around for quite a long time. Curious.
Tongue-tied and oh so squeamish. You never fell in love. Did you get what you deserve? The ending of your life. And if you get to heaven, I'll be here waiting, baby. You get what you deserve. The ending if your life won't wait, then your heart can't take it. Have you heard the news that you're dead? No one ever had much nice to say. I think it ever liked you anyway. You're dead. Me from the hospital bed. Wouldn't it be great to take a pistol by the hand? And wouldn't it be great if we were dead? And my honest observation